Welcome to Changemakers, a series where we celebrate professionals who took deliberate steps to create their next career breakthrough. And today I'm excited to feature Romesh Samuel, a respected leader with 24 plus years of experience selling industrial products and equipments to core infrastructure companies. Now, with 2 decades of experience behind him, Romesh had already built a strong career. But he somewhere knew that experience alone doesn't guarantee the next level of growth. So he wanted to understand how to position and package his experience for bigger opportunities. And that is what led him to Career Excellence League. So today we will directly hear from Romesh about his journey, his shift, and his transformation. So welcome Romesh, welcome to Changemakers, and congratulations on your breakthrough. So before we begin, if you can just briefly introduce yourself, and after that I will come to the other set of questions. Over to you, Romesh.
Hi, Srijit. It's always been a pleasure interacting with you. And ever since I know you, I always enjoyed every conversation with you. So nice talking to you again through this Changemakers program. So to all the people out there, I am a mechanical engineer with almost 2.5 decades of experience. My career began with sales, and I've pursued sales as a core part of my career. And I've traveled 25 years selling industrial products, various industrial products to the core infrastructure and manufacturing companies. So I've worked in Indian companies and as well as the multinational companies in India. So I always believe that, hard work and professionalism has brought me to this level. So it was always nice to interact with Srijit, and for almost over a year, I've been associated with CEL and Srijit as a personal mentor for me.
Thank you, Romesh, for that wonderful introduction. And it's always been a pleasure to have you in the community. Now, let's try to understand your journey a little bit more, right? So you come with a rich experience, but what were the specific challenges that you felt that you need to address to move to the next level? If you can throw some light on that.
Yeah. Srijit, actually, when I had my first interaction with you, I always believed that I've built my career in a very right way. But somewhere, I thought that I needed something to move forward, because having experience alone or, working in a particular industry alone will not take my career to the next level. So after I started my conversation with you on a one-on-one session, I had a realization on 2 angles. Something, that was forced onto me by myself over my career or my experience, and something, I had to do external, or what I had failed to do externally. I always, thought at one point of time that doing my work rightly, correctly, promptly, delivering results will be the only aspect of building my career. But later I realized that, okay, that is also a part, but something has to be done apart from this to move further in my career. So some aspects like my own procrastination, the imposter syndromes, the visibility part in the industry among my peers and people at similar levels in other organizations, the industry visibility, which I never focused on all this while. So I felt that these are the areas that I needed to improve. And actually, thank you for creating the insights for me to understand the areas where I was lacking. So
thanks for sharing those challenges. I think these are areas where most of the professionals struggle at certain stage of their career, right? And these are the elements which are holding them back from achieving their true potential. One of the most important things that you said, that there is a perception, right, where people believe that if we put in the hard work, promotions, growth will happen on their own. But there is something more beyond that, especially when you are moving into senior level roles. And that is where visibility, networking, and a lot of other things come into play. Right? So thanks for sharing that. Now, once you entered Career Excellence League, once you started going through the program, what are the specific things that you worked on? Was it LinkedIn? Was it networking? Was it building your brand? What do you think worked for you?
Okay. So once I entered into the program, the first thing was understanding yourself and the goal. We never spell out our goal anywhere. We always imagine that, okay, I want to become somebody like this. The first aspect, writing goal, keeping the goal card, reading it every day, you always you are halfway in reaching the goal, because your goal gets deep within you. I try to build the confidence within myself. Can I do this or not? Earlier it used to be, okay, I can do this on one day and the next day I can't do this. So now you build a system within yourself to create the confidence that is required. And what is required externally to position yourself as a leader. You may imagine yourself as a leader, but what are the things that others see in you as a leader? So those were the important things that I learned in LinkedIn. But I used to take it to other areas. Do the same thing during direct meetings with people, with customers within the organization, or when you meet industry people outside. What kind of a story you build to actually showcase your real capabilities as a leader? Not as a people manager, having the capability to build strong teams. I used it not only in LinkedIn, but in offices, in different avenues, and within the team to showcase myself as a leader. So what really came out was the confidence levels within me, removed the imposter syndromes, got visibility, and got a real platform to showcase myself as a leader. So those were the change I achieved through this program.
Wonderful. Very well articulated, Romesh. You touched upon a lot of vital points here, right? So, of course, there is a system which teaches you how to build confidence, how to improve your leadership identity, build your networking. But it's also upon the mentees to leverage that learning and take it beyond whatever is actually told, right? So, you were not only restricting yourself to LinkedIn, but you are also using those strategies on your day-to-day interactions with different stakeholders. And I think that actually added to the overall result. So now, having said that, you were able to come out of your core challenges, right? And you were able to evolve yourself as a better leader, right? And eventually, all that added up to you getting a new role and an assignment. So if you can throw some light on what do you do currently and what is your job description like in that role?
So while I was going through this program, there was an internal shift within me. I always wanted to lead an organization, but somewhere I also had a doubt whether I could do it. Should I take the risk, or how should I approach that? So when this opportunity came, I think it was a time when I had also matured enough to understand what are my weaknesses. Those are real weaknesses or fake weaknesses, which I keep it in my mind. So having passed through this program, I was very confident in this role. Now I work with an Italian multinational company, heading the entire operations in India. So they have a headquarters in Chennai and branch officers and field engineers across India. So I handle the entire vertical and the operations and report to the board in Italy.
Fantastic. So happy about your growth and your journey. It really is a proud moment for me as a mentor and for the community. Great, Romesh. So far it has been a very wonderful interaction right from the heart. And I think that is what is important. But let's say you want to give some suggestions to people who are actually stuck in their career, trying to figure out things, right? Especially in that mid-senior stage. So what would be your, let's say, top 3 recommendations?
So I have gone through this, mid-career crisis, mid-senior level people having a lot of confusions. They have scaled up in the career. Now what next? Because the top is always, very narrow. So how do you want to position yourself? Where do you want to stay? That's always a confusion that exists. So if you have a real aspiration to grow, first step for you would be to identify a mentor whom you can actually talk very freely. Let him understand, let him work on you, for you to understand better where you are stuck, which are the areas where you need improvement. So that is something, I would say first have a mentor. Understand what your aspirations are and what it takes to reach there. Whether it be visibility, whether it be an identity creation, or decluttering yourself from inside and removing the past experiences and making yourself another person ready for the next marathon. What is actually lacking? identify those things, then work towards them continuously, not just thinking that, okay, I will work on it one day, or you work for one day and leave it, but work towards it continuously so that you are able to remove what is stopping you, and then you can take some baby steps towards your goal. I think these are the three important things that people will have to do. And the first and foremost thing is to identify a mentor. This will make a big change in you. Once you take the first step, the next two are automatic.
I think this is a great suggestion. And number one, definitely, as you said, having a mentor is important in any field if you want to scale up, move to the next level. Second is identifying a core purpose, right? What do you want to achieve? And then finally working towards that consistently, taking those concrete steps. Thanks for sharing that, Romesh. And I think this is going to benefit a lot of people who are really stuck in their career. So as a final remark, if you want to share something before we close.
I'm thankful, to one of my friends through whom I could get in touch with Srijit. So Srijit had been a mentor for my friend who has also, scaled up very good in the recent times. So that's how I interacted with Srijit. I thought that this will be another kind of a lecture session, but it was different. So the questioning was not to get an answer, it was to provoke thoughts. It was to create an identity for myself. So the purpose for which Srijit has started the program, I could see the purpose is well met after I started traveling with him. So thank you, Srijit, for all the good things and your mentorship. Coming to the Career Excellence League, there are many people in the community, rich experience, having different leadership qualities in different industries. So the interaction with them has been very informative and also useful. I think this is a community that will never fail people. So people will get a lot of value if they are part of it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All the best.